A shocking way, really, to break bad habits. Every January for the past decade, Jessica Irish of Saline, Michigan, has made the same New Year's resolution, to cut out late-night snacking and lose 30 pounds. Like millions of Americans, Miss Irish, 31, usually makes it about 2 weeks. But this year is different. "I've already lost 18 pounds, she said, and maintained my diet more consistently than ever. Even more amazing, I rarely even think about snacking at night anymore." Miss Irish credits a new wearable device called Pavlik for doing what years of diets, weight loss programs, expensive gyms and her own willpower could not. Whenever she takes a bite of the foods she wants to avoid, like chocolate or Cheez-Its, she uses the Pavlik to give herself a lightning-quick electric shock. "Every time I took a bite, I zapped myself," she said. "I did it 5 times on the first night, 2 times on the second night, and by the third day I didn't have any cravings anymore." As the name suggests, the $199 Pavlik, worn on the wrist, uses the classic theory of Pavlovian conditioning to create a negative association with a specific action. Next time you smoke, bite your nails or eat junk food, one tap of the device or a smartphone app will deliver a shock. The zap lasts only a fraction of a second, though the severity of the shock is up to you. It can be set between 50 volts, which feels like a strong vibration, and 450 volts, which feels like getting stung by a bee with a stinger the size of an ice pick. By comparison, a police taser typically releases about 50,000 volts. Other gadgets and apps dabble in behavioral change by way of aversion therapy, such as the $49 motivator that is worn like a pager, or the $99 Revive wristband. Both can be set to vibrate at specific intervals as a reminder of a habit to break or a goal to reach. The $80 Lumo Lift Posture Coach is a wearable disc that vibrates when you slouch. The $150 Spire clip-on sensor tracks physical activity and state of mind by detecting users' breathing patterns. If it detects you're stressed or anxious, it vibrates or sends a notification to your smartphone to take a deep breath. But the Pavlik takes things a step further, delivering a much stronger message. To test the device, I wore it for a week, zapping myself every time I ate dessert. My goal was to curb my craving for sweets after dinner. First I zapped myself before and after I ate a square of dark chocolate, and did it again later in the week after eating ice cream, a red velvet cupcake and a chocolate chip cookie. Set on low, it feels like a strong tickle. Set on high, it hurts. A lot. It should be noted that the creator of Pavlik, Manesh Sethi, once hired a woman to sit next to him and slap him on the face every time she saw him using Facebook, so he could increase his productivity. I called Mr. Sethi and told him that if we ever met, I'd try not to punch him in the face for creating such an awful torture device. "Yeah, I get that a lot," Mr. Sethi said with a chuckle. "People either love it or hate it. It's not designed to be painful," he added. "It's instantaneous, a surprise sensation, a shock that knocks you out of automatic mode." But does this kind of self-imposed aversion therapy actually work? "The most clever thing about this gadget is the name," said Dr. Peter Wybrow, a Los Angeles author, psychiatrist and neuroscientist. "It's an expensive spin on the idea of wearing an elastic band that you snap on your wrist to stop a certain behavior.